the first R is respect. And what respect really means in this context is, what do you care about at your school? What is it that you're really looking for at your school? Are you focusing on academic performance? Are you focusing on citizenship? Are you focusing on student behavior, positive student behavior? If so, that's what you respect. So it begins with that. Get clear about what you care about, right? Then the next three R's are respect, or rather are um, recognize, reward, reinforce, right? So we want to do everything we can to really put the spotlight on those things that we respect. When we see kids, when we see adults doing the things that we're wanting to see happen, that's when we want to recognize it, we want to reward it, and we want to reinforce it. Okay. By no means is it bribery. It's nothing like that. It's just simply, how do we make sure that people know that's what we want to see, that we want to reinforce as much as possible? Maybe you're focused on your student attendance. My high school, that was one of the areas we really wanted to focus on. So we set a goal, and our goal wasn't perfect attendance, but our goal was, hey, if we can get to 92% average daily attendance, that was our first goal. I mean, ultimately we ended up even higher, but let's try to get here. So every student who was at 92% or higher on the attendance, in other words, meeting or exceeding our goal, we were going to recognize them, we were going to reward them, and we were going to reinforce that behavior. And we did that in a lot of different ways, whether that's, small acknowledgments. It could be, it could be gear, and swag. It could be, recognized at our quarterly Renaissance rallies. But that's what we wanted to do, right? So no matter what it is that you're focused on, find ways to recognize, reward, and reinforce that. Okay, so that gets us to four R's. The fifth R, which is the newest R that's been added, but has always been a part of it, and that's relationships. We talked about it earlier, Scott. We're in the people business, right?
Mhm.
And the whole thing about being in the people business is you've got to pour into relationships, right? We hear it all the time across the country, and I'm sure you hear it in a lot of your schools. All means all. John Paul Gonzalez says all in. Are we really all in on all kids? Because if we are, that means we're making sure that every kid in our building has a significant relationship with at least one adult, that there's somebody who notices when they're gone, that there's somebody who's there to pick them up when they fall, and that there's somebody there to celebrate with them when they're making big strides, when they're achieving something, when they're hitting a goal. So often we end up with kids in our school who essentially are ghosts, right? They'll go through the whole day, never hear their name. They may not even speak with somebody in our school. It's not okay. If we say we're in for all kids, we need to be in for all kids, right? And that comes down to relationships. That's why when I talk about being a recovering high school principal, the thing I miss the most, all of it comes back to relationships. It's all about, spending time in the hallways with kids, spending time in classrooms with my teachers, spending time, in the athletic arenas with our coaches and our athletes, or in the band room with our band kids, or down in the theater with our drama students, whatever, right? It's all about relationships. And that takes us to the sixth R, and the sixth R is results, right? And you're going to get results no matter what. But if you pour into these five R's, the results you're going to get are the results you're hoping for. Back to that clear, compelling vision. This is where I see my school. That's the result that you're ultimately trying to get to. So those are your six R's right there for Jostens Renaissance.